Implement site and facility security controls. Physical access controls is to ensure that only authorized individuals have access to the controlled area. Physical security controls fall into administrative controls, technical controls, and physical controls. Physical security administrative controls are policies and procedures, facility management, personnel screening and management, training awareness and procedural, maintenance and testing, emergency and incident response. Technical controls are CCTV, alarms, HVAC, utility power, fire detection and suppression, electronic access systems and environmental monitoring. Physical controls are facility location and siting, facility construction, fencing, and landscaping, doors, locks, turnstiles, man-traps, lighting, guards and dogs and ID cards. 6 layers. Layered defense in physical security are deter, detect, delay, assess, respond, recover. CCTV cameras can serve to deter, detect, and assess. Human safety is always first priority. Wiring closets. Intermediate distribution facilities. Wiring closets. Intermediate distribution facilities must be protected from both malicious outsiders and insider threats. Wiring closets. Intermediate distribution facilities must be consider risks from flooding, overheating, or electromagnetic interference from electrical equipment. Wiring closets. Intermediate distribution facilities must be consider risks from burst or leaking pipes. Wiring closets. Intermediate distribution facilities must be consider cabling risks for telephone, alarm, and electronic door locks. Server rooms. Data centers. Do not over-secure server rooms. Data center. Server rooms. Data center security controls are physical access, utilities, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, environmental risks and fire risks. Server room data center security procedures are personnel background checks, personnel training, personnel access procedures, server room data center maintenance, server room data center logging, monitoring, and alerting, server room data center control testing and auditing. Media storage facilities. Media storage facilities must ensure that the stored media do not degrade over time. Media storage facilities controls will depend on how media being stored, manufacturer's recommendations, and specific threats anticipated. Media storage facilities will be stable temperature and humidity. Media storage facilities will be air filtration and positive air pressure. Media storage facilities will be carpeting to minimize static electricity. Media storage facilities to avoid magnetic fields from electrical equipment. Media storage facilities will have procedures for tracking media. Fire detection and suppression systems need to be installed. Procedures must be enforced to sanitize and securely destroy media before disposal. Evidence storage. Evidence storage requires protecting chain of custody to prove that evidence used in court has not been tampered. Logbook records every item that has been placed in, or removed from evidence storage. Evidence storage. Room should have strict policies who is permitted access to the room. Evidence storage. Room should have CCTV monitoring. Evidence storage. Room should have double locks. Restricted and work area security. Restricted and work area security considerations are least privilege, need to know, separation of duties, dual control, defense in depth, and compliance obligations. Least privilege and need to know. Access to restricted and secure areas must be granted only to necessary for individuals to carry out their responsibilities with formally approved policies and procedures. Access to restricted and secure areas must be periodically reviewed. Access to restricted and secure areas must be auditable. Separation of duties and dual control. Restricted and work area security require more than one authenticated staff member to be present in order to obtain access to the secure work area. Defense in depth. Defense in depth designed with layers of security controls from highest security zones to low security areas. Compliance obligations. Organizations handling government or military classified data required to meet the compliance obligations. Compliance obligations requirements. Personnel identification. Guards. Electronic access control. Electronic intrusion detection. CCTV and interior access controls. Utilities heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems should be regularly scheduled maintenance. Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems should be regularly testing. Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems should be fault detection and alerting. Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems should be periodic checks and audits. Environmental issues. Environmental issues considerations are storms, earthquakes, floods, tsunamis, forest fires, internal building risks, vermin, wildlife, and volcanoes. Fire prevention, detection, and suppression. Human safety is most important. Fire safety system must be designed first to protect human life. Fire needs three things to start: heat, fuel, and oxygen. Fires are categorized by the type of fuel. Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D. Class A types of fires are ordinary solid combustibles. For example, paper, wood, plastic. Class B types of fire flammable liquids and gases, for example gasoline. Class C types of fire from energized electrical equipment. Class D types of fires are from combustible metals. For example lithium metal. Fire extinguishers are based on the classes of fires they are designed to combat and the amount of extinguish. Fire extinguisher rated 5 BC may be used on Class B or C fires. 10 BC extinguisher would have twice the capacity of a 5 BC extinguisher. Using water on an electrical or gas fire can make the fire worse. Fire prevention and suppression involves reducing heat, fuel, and oxygen such that fire cannot start or be sustained. Three types of fire suppression systems are: wet pipe water sprinkler system, dry pipe water sprinkler systems, deluge water sprinkler systems. Wet pipe water sprinkler system have water in the pipes at all times. Dry pipe water sprinkler systems have no water in the supply pipes until a sprinkler head is triggered by fire. Deluge sprinkler is an alternative of the dry pipe sprinkler with open sprinkler heads. Pre-action systems are a combination of wet pipe, dry pipe, or deluge of sprinkler systems with a more sophisticated triggering mechanism.